Good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Paul DeMombo. So we have a new situation up here in the Big Bear Valley. The Big Bear Fire Department that controls most of Big Bear Valley is trying to implement a new tax called the Mello Roos. For those of you that understand what Mello Roos is all about, it's just all about more taxes and more control. So September 9th, the board for the fire department is going to be voting whether this Mello Roos is going to be part of our taxes. And it sounds like it is, but they're not going to be voting till later, I believe, in the year. I believe the September 9th event is going to be all about whether they're going to vote or not. It is a public meeting. So let me tell you a little bit more about this Mello Roos. Once this Mello Roos goes into effect, this is very important. The fire department plans to leave it annually. In other words, like down the mountain in the Inland Empire in some areas in California, they usually expire after 20 or 30 years, and then you have maintenance. But this fire department wants to actually leave it annually. So let me explain further about this Mello Roos. This Mello Roos is going to be specifically for new construction, whether it's residential or commercial. Now, let me stop right there. You're thinking, oh, I don't have a house that is a new construction, so I'm not worried about it. Be worried, because what's going to happen is, if whatever happens, your house, whether it burns down or gets knocked down by an earthquake, or for whatever reason, you want to tear it down and rebuild it, so, in quote, new construction, that would be Mello Roos eligible. So you got to be really careful there. Now, a lot of places off the mountain and throughout California, the Mello Roos with your regular property taxes are averaging about right around 2%. The fire department state anywhere 1.5 to, I believe, 2. Now, there are a lot of areas in California I've seen up to 3%. Now, keep in mind, the 1% is just the basic California tax. So they just want to add more taxes so they can fund or continue to fund the fire department. Now, here's my take. I would not agree to it, because once they vote for it, that it's going to stay in place, they have every power to raise the rate. Now, let me repeat myself. Every power to raise the rate. They are going to tell you, oh, right now, it's going to be lower than most places in California. Professional opinion, you start out low and you raise it. I don't like it. But the fire department does need money, of course. The way California and the fire insurance, the way things are going. And I do appreciate the fact that the fire department is looking out for it. They're trying to fund and keep the fire department afloat. Now, in my opinion, they should find the funding elsewhere. And they can. They could also restructure the fire department as well. There are a lot of bodies. They need more bodies. The captain, you name it. So in my opinion, they need to restructure it to make it more affordable. California, as we all know, is getting more expensive. A lot of people, many people, I should say, are moving to Big Bear because they're finding it more affordable. We don't want people to be moving out of Big Bear either. Now, if you're not a property owner, you're a renter, this will affect you in the long term. Why? Say you rent a new construction. What is that landlord going to do? He or she is going to tack the extra taxes onto that rent. So in the long run, it's going to affect you. In regards to real estate, here's where it gets political. Fire department thinks that realtors are trying to make their money and the property is not going to sell because of this new tax. This is not entirely true. Whether you use a realtor or not to sell the property, if there are one new construction that, say, got finalized and Mello Roos got put on, and another new construction a year prior to that the Mello Roos did not go into effect, that does not have Mello Roos, guess what? People looking into taxes, are they going to go, okay, I like both houses, which one should I pick? Oh, so this one that just got finalized has this Mello Roos tax and is a lot more expensive. So you'll definitely want to compare all the numbers, and I would definitely highly recommend that you vote against it. Now, as far as for commercial property, they are probably going to be most likely getting hit by X amount of dollar per hotel or motel room annually. That's going to make it more expensive for visitors trying to visit Big Bear. So if you think about it, between short-term rentals, long-term rentals, motel, hotels, lodges, they're all going to tack all these extra expenses onto the tourists, onto the renters, onto the people who live in Big Bear Valley in general. Also, at the last public meeting on July 21st, one of the long-time board of directors had indicated at the public meeting that it's too bad for you, you get to pay this tax. So I am encouraging every single one of you on this social media, looking at my video, share it, make this video viral. We want it to be all known, because even though this is public information, not everybody's going to be aware about it. So we want everybody, as many people you can, make them aware about what's happening, about this video. Keep in mind, this is not just the city of Big Bear Lake. This is Big Bear Valley. It's going to be very important that at the public meeting, September 9th, at the fire department headquarters, you are allowed to show up and speak for yourself, or just show up and make it known that you don't want it. Our electricity bill is high as it is. Everything's going up, and it's not just Big Bear, everything's going up. It's going up in so many ways everywhere, as you know. So this is your opportunity to fight this if you do not want this. Keep in mind, we should give some suggestion along with not wanting the Mello Roos, suggestion to the fire department to find the money elsewhere. Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a great day.